All right. So, hello, everyone. We are so glad you've joined us for the 2026 Pet of the Year kickoff. My name is Erin, for those of you that don't know me, and I'm the Digital Special Events Manager here at Pet Partners. I will be your go-to person for all things Pet of the Year. I was looking at everyone we have joined, and I think I've spoken to you in some form or fashion, whether it be an email or a text, so that's a great sign. But if you have questions along the way, whether it be about a fundraising resource that you would like or an idea that you had, feel free to reach out to me anytime, and I would be happy to help. So I am also joined on the call by my colleague Tracy. Tracy, would you care to introduce yourself?
I think I unmuted. Yes. Hi, everybody. I get the pleasure of working with Erin and also cheering on all of our Pet of the Year candidates, which is such a fun time of year. I feel like spring, everything's blooming, and then we have the excitement of all of you all getting involved and supporting us, which is always a fun time of year. I've been at Pet Partners, I think this will be my 12th year at Pet Partners. I'm the Chief Development Officer. So I kind of oversee a lot of our fundraising, development, and national strategic partnerships. Many of you I can see have been involved in supporting when we do visits with some of our sponsors or partners. So thank you all so much for doing that. And we're just here today to kind of encourage you all, answer your questions, and provide a nice solid foundation to build off of the great things you all are already doing. It's always encouraging when our candidates get out of the gate strong. And oh my goodness, I've been checking the website every morning with my coffee to see how everyone's doing, and you all are rocking. So great job. And I hope we give you some good tips today that you can use to continue with your success.
Tracy. So we'll start with some basics. This is a 6-week fundraising competition, and it's all about celebrating the amazing pets in your life. It gives us an opportunity to highlight the great things that they're doing in your community and even in your home. We've opened this up to therapy animals, but also animals that are just pets. And it's a really great way to highlight them. We have loved seeing your pictures and your videos that you've shared. And we want you to just share with others, why is Pet of the Year important to you? Why did you decide to compete in this competition? And why this cause is important and means something to you. So in turn, we're hoping that your friends and your family, maybe members of your community partner or employees at facilities that you visit, will support you through donations to your pets campaign, and by sharing the campaign itself. So most importantly, all of the funds that we raise go to support our therapy animal program, which supports a wide variety of things, like our insurance that we're able to provide, support for our handlers, our evaluators, variety of other things. So thank you for supporting this great cause. And of course, our 2026 winner will be the pet whose fundraising team raises the most during the competition. So we kicked things off on March 2nd. We've been fundraising for 8 days, and as Tracy said, we are off to a phenomenal start. Wanted to point out that we will go through April 13th with the fundraising. Everything will cut off at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. So keep that in mind as you're receiving those donations. And just note too that we have been working really hard as a staff here at Pet Partners to create some really wonderful prize packages for our first, second, and third place winners. We'll highlight some of those a little later. And wanted to mention that at our Spotlight Awards, of course, we're going to crown our winner and our second and third place, but we're also going to spotlight dozens of amazing candidates that have done wonderful things through fundraising, but also through different categories. So we're really excited. We call that our version of the Oscars. I just wanted to call out some important dates this year. So if you're mailing in any checks that you've received or money orders, we want you to get those in the mail by March 30th to give us plenty of time to get them logged and accounted for on your pet's fundraising page. April 11th is the day that our leaderboards go dark. So the final 48 hours are going to be a surprise. We have had candidates be strategic, where they will hold some of their larger donations until that final 48 hours and add them in. So it's a bit of a surprise. So keep that in mind, but you're also welcome to add them as you go. And our last day, as we mentioned, for fundraising is April 13th with the Spotlight Awards the following day. We will send out a Zoom invite for that. Your friends and family are welcome to join through our candidate update emails, and that's going to be at 5 o'clock Pacific time and 8 o'clock Eastern time. And this is probably my favorite slide of the entire deck. This is just a few of our stats for 2026 so far. So we are so thrilled to say that we have 143 pet candidates so far, most of which are dogs, but we've also got cats, rabbits, birds, one guinea pig, a horse, an alpaca, and we have four Rainbow Bridge candidates this year. It's a really wonderful way that we've been able to help honor some amazing pets who have passed over, and friends and family in that community have been able to support these candidates through donations, and it's been really wonderful to see. And then we have three other species, which are a goat, a turtle, and then I think we have our first chinchilla. So it's a very wide variety of animals. And we also have 181 supporters, which is amazing to see because that means that so many of you have gone out and encouraged your friends and family to join and be part of your fundraising committee. So the more supporters we have, the more we are able to reach different networks. So great job there. And then we have our goal of $80,000 to raise in our 6 weeks. When I looked a couple minutes ago, we were almost halfway to our goal in a week and 1 day. So phenomenal job to all of our fundraisers. And then last thing I'll highlight on this page is we still have time to nominate additional candidates. So if you have encouraged someone or someone that you know has become interested in running for Pet of the Year with their pet, please let me know. I'd be happy to reach out to them on your behalf. But we have until 3/16 to accept new pet candidates for Pet of the Year. Moving on to some incentives, we have several different things that you can earn to keep you motivated throughout your fundraising. And the first of that is a pet candidate bandana that you can earn if you raise $75 or more. This is a brand new design and color, so we are excited for you to earn those. It's also a great opportunity, a good talking point. If someone asks how they can get involved, what is Pet of the Year? And we encourage, as you earn these and they're mailed to your home, please take a photo of your pet in the bandana, update your donors that you have earned this incentive, and that you still have a ways you'd like to go. And then on the right-hand side, that's our new Pet of the Year polo. They are gray this year, and you can earn that if you raise $250 during your pet's candidacy. Really great to wear on visits, great for you to take photos in, add to your pet's fundraising page. So we are excited about these. And then some additional prizes we have. If you earn or if you raise $250 or more, you can qualify for these prizes. So we have pet items, we have electronics, there's even some jewelry. And as you fundraise, you can earn additional items here. So you can see lots of variety. But the way that these work, at the end of the competition, we will email you a code that you can go onto the website and redeem your prizes. If you would like for all of the funds that you raise to go to support the mission, then you can just elect to not use that coupon code. But a lot of great things here.
Erin, could you answer the question around when the bandanas and the shirts are mailed out? Talk a little bit about how that works.
Perfect. Yes. So we go on and we pull lists every week of how much you and your pet candidate have raised. And then I send that over, and on Monday, we mail a shipment out every week to you and your pet. So if you have already raised $250, then your items are in this week's mail and you should receive them, I would say, by Friday. Any more questions before I kick it over to Katie? Let's see here. All right, Tracy, did I miss anything? Okay.
No, I think you're good. I'll be the chat monitor for you because you're so busy sharing all these good ideas.
Perfect. So I'm going to kick it over to Katie and River, the Golden Retriever. They are Pet of the Year royalty. They are our 2025 champions. They raised over $14,000 in 6 weeks last year and have been just phenomenal advocates for pet partners. So, Katie, we are so thrilled that you're going to share all of your secrets with us and talk with us about your fundraising strategies last year.
Well, hi everybody, and first of all, just good luck to you. It's such a fun fundraiser, and I can tell all of you are passionate about your animal, and really just the people that you know that you are passionate. I started with sending out an email to everybody I could think of. I kind of broke it down into different groups, whether it was friends from my neighborhood, friends from school, camp, friends I see all the time, friends from church. And I just sent out, mass emails. I BCC'd them all, and I included a picture of River from one of our visits. I really described, why I was passionate. Most of them knew I was doing this. I asked them to share with their friends and family. The more, as Erin was saying, the more that you can get others involved for you, it just is exponential in getting the word out. Um, we also did a fun. Do you want me to talk about the fundraiser, Erin, now, or?
Yeah, that would be
Okay.
great. I'll switch slides here.
Okay. So one of the things that we did, we have a store called J. McLaughlin. Some of you may have that where you live. It's a women's and men's clothing store, and they twice a month invite different nonprofits to come in, from 3 to 6 or whatever time you'd like, and our store here, whatever is sold during that time, 10% of that goes to Pet Partners. So last year, $999 went to Pet Partners, and they created, you can see, a flyer and cookies with River, and then just, I invited everyone that I knew to come, and you can just see some of the cute pictures. And, somebody brought their granddaughter, somebody I worked with, 20 years ago, current friends brought River. So that's just one way to go. I see the flyer that I have in one of those pictures. I had Erin, kindly put that together for me. And I know she will for you if you haven't asked her yet. But I also hung that up, whether it was the veterinary hospital we go to or the grocery store, places that we visit. I asked if they would put it up for their staff. Be creative. Another place that we went, which I think are the next slides, is Orvis. And if you know Orvis, Orvis is an outfit for the outdoors, and I know they're big in the Northeast. So they could not give me a direct donation, and this is a store that allows dogs to come in all the time. And so what they did, they put 3 gift baskets together, and we took pictures of them, and they were worth, they decided, $75. So this was actually towards the end of my campaign. Somebody, whoever the next, 3 people who donated a minimum of $75, they got a gift basket. And so then I delivered them. They offered that they could send them as well, if they were from around the country. So those are 2 things that really helped. My page, the Pet Partners site, there are a lot of photos and videos. We did reels. My husband did a lot of the reels last year. People love to see social media. Even if you're not big on social media, a lot of people are. And that's Instagram for me, and Facebook. And I'm sure there are other outlets too that you all may know. But just be excited about it. Another thing we did was an online newspaper in our area, the Darien Patch, Norwalk Patch. So that, I don't know, I had a couple people who donated who I had no idea who they were, so I'm not sure where they came from. But it's very exciting. I am doing it again this year. So hopefully some of those strategies will still continue. But happy to talk to anybody here now or offline. Um, it all goes to pet partners. We're all passionate, no matter who technically wins. It's all for a good cause. So happy to share.
Thank you, Katie. And I'm also going to brag on her. You hear $14,000 and you think, well, someone must have given, $5,000, $6,000. But Katie had, I believe, Katie, it was over 100 donations. And some of those were larger, but a lot of small increments. And so it just goes to show, every donation counts, makes a difference, and
Right.
supports the mission. So thank you for sharing your wisdom with us, Katie. And she's gratefully, if you have questions, let me know. I'd be happy to funnel those to her or answer any of those for you. Um, we also have Stacy Coventry on our panel today, and she had a meeting lined up prior to this, but she was our 2025 runner-up, and she and Coda have been volunteering for, I believe, over 10 years, and they raised over $6,500 for the Pet of the Year fundraising competition. And so she's recorded a little video for us. I'm going to go ahead and play that, and then after, I will share some adorable photos from some of the events that she hosted similar to Katie. So give me just one moment and we're going to play that video.
What great photos.
Yes.
everyone. I am Stacy Coventry, and this is my canine partner, Coda. He has been my therapy dog partner and pet partners for over 10 years. Share a little bit of our journey to raising just under efforts to raise really important for the mission of pet partners. And sorry I couldn't be there today in person to answer any of your questions. I followed my schedule, but wanted to share our experience. And Karen has my contact information if anybody wants to reach out personally after her. So Coda and I after being affected that is relatively new in the community. Still great to see. Coda was turned 2 months and I had test. So first we just started off doing all of the sort of low hanging fruit that pet partners pamphlet kind of record.
Sorry, everyone. So I've gotten a couple notes that the video is not working super well for Stacy and Coda. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to include the link to her video in the next candidate update email. She's got a lot of really great information, so I'm going to make sure that I share that with you. But I'll go ahead and just kind of talk through what Stacy did last year, as I worked very closely with her, just as I did with Katie. So just like Katie did, Stacy first started by reaching out to her friends and her family, the people in her inner circle. She actually did one of our treasure, it's called a network activity that she did where you start with a blank sheet of paper, you put your name in the center, and then you start thinking about all of those different groups that you interact with on a daily basis. By the end of the exercise, you will have dozens of names of people who would probably be honored to support your pet's campaign, and then you can reach out. So the way you reach out is up to you. That could be a text, a phone call, an in-person conversation, but just share about why this is important to you and why you've chosen to participate with your pet. Stacy was also really successful in getting some sponsorships from some companies in her area. She worked with a credit union that she banked with, and they had some money set aside for philanthropic things. She received a $500 donation from them. Another really creative thing that she did was she had a photographer friend and they went to Amazon, they got a backdrop, some adorable bunny ears, and as you can see here, they had an Easter pet photo shoot. The friend was going to donate a portion of the proceeds to Stacy and Coda, but after she was there, she heard all of the parents talk about the amazing work that Stacy and Coda did. She gave everything, and I think they raised maybe $1,000 from this pet photo shoot. So another really great idea. And then over here, Stacy also hosted what we call a Yappy Hour, which is so much fun. She partnered with a local brewery and they created this custom cocktail menu you can see on the left-hand side here. And they donated proceeds of what they sold to support Coda and Stacy and their Pet of the Year campaign. Stacy invited friends and family. As you can see, this particular spot is dog friendly, so everyone brought their pets, had a great time, and received a really nice donation from this brewery. So think about places that you and your pet go together. Most of the time, restaurants like this are going to have some sort of revenue share program in place with a percentage that they designate to give back. So think about those businesses. Super creative. Stacy had a lot of other things that you'll be able to see when we share that video with you. But really, I think a main takeaway from this is that you can turn anything into a fundraiser. Just get creative. And if you want to talk ideas and strategies, again, I'm always happy to hop on a call and do that. I'm going to kick it back over to Tracy, who's going to talk about some other fundraising ideas, many of which we have seen from previous candidates.
Sure thing. I would say that the number one thing is just ask and build your list. Like Katie said, she built a list and did some emails. You can also, send the ask the way that you communicate with that person normally. So if you have a friend that you mostly text them your link. If you mostly email it to them. If you chat on the phone, mention it on your next call. I would say individualize your approach a little bit to what really fits with your relationship with that person. If it's a business that you frequent, like your dry cleaner that you go to once a week, Erin can put a little QR code linking to your page. You can take them a little handout to remind them. But I would say just ask and say it's really fun. You're really excited about it, especially if they've met your pet. People just light up, and everyone can appreciate the strong bond that they have with their own pets, and it will just spark a lot of excitement. I would say, too, don't make the assumption that if you've asked and they haven't given, that that's the end of the story here. A lot of people mean to do that, get distracted, life is busy, and if you give them a reminder, they're so like, oh, thank you for the reminder. I meant to do that. So one thing is if you've sent those emails, maybe take a chance and do a once a week update. Just say to them, hey, I know I asked you this, just wanted to update you since my first email. I've raised $1,000. We're 20% of the way there. I want to get to 5,000. Will you be a part of it? You can even list the donors that you've already given. You can do a save the date for any upcoming fundraising nights that you do. I would say treat this 6-week campaign just like that. It's not a one-time ask. It's an ongoing journey, and people will be excited to be on that journey with you. So each time you could have a photo of the week in your email. I would just say consider it a process, not a one and done ask, because many people, they want to feel as if they're a part of something that's making an impact. And so if they see that they wouldn't just be making a donation, they'd be joining your community of supporters, and that they're seen and that they're appreciated and that they're a part of something that's making a difference, it just makes it more likely that folks will give to you. And some may be beginning of the campaign people, and some people it may be that only 24 hours left. Don't forget there's still time. Some people are the last minute folks. We all know them. Some of us are those people. So I would say just consider it an ongoing conversation. And so leverage the entire campaign. Social media is a wonderful complement. I would say you can post the link to your fundraising page. You can share updates there. You can tag and thank your donors. I do that each year for the World's Largest Pet Walk. I'll bump it up and send a reminder and tag someone who's given since the last time I posted about it. It's just a way to keep that momentum going and that excitement going. So I think the number one thing is to just leverage the asks, leverage the relationships, and invite people to support this wonderful, wonderful thing that you're doing. And shine a light on those that have already chosen to do so. And I think that will inspire others to give. The events are a wonderful complement. Hosting something at a local business like Katie and Stacy did, where they had revenue share. That's where they dedicate a percentage during a certain night. We've seen it sometimes where it's the sales from all of the sales, but from a certain product. So maybe it's a pet themed cocktail or appetizer that they're willing to donate during a given time. A lot of businesses aren't in a position where they have budget to do flat out donation checks or online donations, but they may be willing to do a revenue share the profit type of a thing. That yappy hours are really fun. I hosted a yappy hour just in my house, and I invited all of my neighbors, and I invited a couple of pet partners handlers, and I did pet themed snacks and had little homemade dog cookies and just didn't do anything other than say, if you'd like to give, the link is this, and raised over $1,000 just doing a fun thing on a Friday evening at 5 o'clock to kick off the weekend. And it was just really fun and low pressure. You can do things like the raffles or even get some items donated and have an auction. We've seen game nights and poker nights. I would say do something that fits your personality. If you are a beer and pizza type of person, do not throw a wine and cheese party. Do something that's fun to you. Do something that's fun with your friends and have it fit what makes sense for the community that you're inviting. You can do the March Madness pool, the pool right now with the basketball tournaments coming up. You can turn your trash into treasure and host a yard sale. We've got ways where you can leverage the bonfire campaign where we sell our shirts. You can individualize one with your pet's likeness, or there's some templates already available. I would say huge one not to forget about is matching gifts. Matching gifts are when a lot of times it's larger companies, but companies of all sizes. They reserve through their corporate giving a certain amount of money that they're willing to match when their employees give to a cause. Sometimes it's a one for one match. Sometimes it's even there's a local business here. I'm in Richmond, Virginia. There's a local business here that for a certain period of time they donate a two for one match. But this is when the company will match what those employees give. So if you have donors that you know for a fact work for like a Fortune 500 company, a larger company, maybe one with multiple locations, these are the types of companies that have dedicated professionals to get their employees giving, to get them involved in their communities. And so they often have these matching gift programs. I would say remind folks of that. We also have a double the donation widget that you can check on our website where you can put in a company and see if they are a matching gift company and what the process is. We had one pet candidate last year, Scarlett, and her handler, Raquel, worked at Microsoft. And so many of her donors were Microsoft employees and they were all matched. And that made a huge difference. I think we even gave her a spotlight award for being like the matching gift queen or something. So I would say definitely check that out if you can. And just be creative and have fun with it. And just try to update your donors and celebrate your successes along the way. Personalize at any given opportunity. By that, I mean, reflect on it. If you are a handler, reflect on a visit where you felt like you made a huge impact. If you have photos from your pet in action, share those. Ask someone that has a special relationship with your animal to do a 1 or 2 sentence testimonial where they talk about how your pet has impacted their lives. There's just so many things you can do to really tell a story and inspire folks to give. I think people will be grateful for the opportunity, and we certainly are grateful for your participation. For the raffle, usually if it's there's a question there, are there legal requirements for that? You can check your state's gaming commission. I know like when it's just an individual small raffle, usually if it differs by state, but you could check into it. Usually if the revenue is expected to be pretty low, you're not going to have to file anything with the gaming commission or a permit or anything like that. It's kind of like that lemonade stand effect. You're not, if it's something tiny and informal like that, you're usually okay.
And I will say too, before you start from scratch on anything like a fundraising idea that you're hosting, whether it be an invitation or just the event in general, check with me. Odds are, if you're thinking about doing something, we have done that in the past to some capacity and would love to help save you some steps and provide you with some sort of template. So always check with us first. I just wanted to give you all photos from some previous events that we had back in 2025. So Stacy and Coda on the left-hand side, one of the additional fundraisers that they did, they hosted a penny drive with the elementary school that they visit. They raised several $100s, and the class that raised the most got a special visit from Coda. I think they had some pizza. So really great to get the kiddos involved. The center photo there is from a guinea pig nail trim that Tula, the guinea pig, hosted. Had so many guinea pigs come over. They raised maybe $400 or $500. They did this event this year too, so it's the second annual. And then on the right, that is from Linda and Jupiter Rao. They did a kissing booth where people came up, they learned more about pet partners, pet of the year, got to give the adorable golden retriever a kiss, and then they donated to Jupiter and her campaign. So really amazing, super creative. Wanted to touch on our prize packages. So we are thrilled to announce our new partner for our grand prize package, which is Retrieve Air. The winning pet will receive round trip airline tickets to a destination of their choice where their dog or cat can ride in cabin. We are so thrilled to work with them. We have prizes from our friends at Wellness, Dogtopia, where you can have a free doggy daycare. You will receive, your pet's going to be the face of our national t-shirt campaign. We're going to do interviews with Oprah's favorite pet podcaster, Art and more. So many things there. Take a look. There's more information on our website, and we'll be adding things throughout the competition. And then we also give away prizes for our second and third place winner. So you can see there, we've got the Foggy Dog, Earth Rated, Bark Box, Tito's, the list goes on. So really excited to be able to offer these prizes to our winners. But really want to make sure that everyone knows we are also giving awards away for things that aren't directly tied to fundraising, and we call these our Spotlight Awards. You can see here there are dozens of different categories. For example, we have one, the most creative. We gave this out to Tula the guinea pig, who hosted the guinea pig nail trim last year. We have, let's see, categories like newsworthy, where if you are contacted by your news station, we set up an interview for you, and then that gets lots of views and clicks. People learn about pet partners and pet of the year. You might be eligible for that award. So a lot of these are voted on by pet partner staff, where we check out everyone's pet pages and then we vote. And then some of them are determined by our leaderboards, which you can see on the Pet of the Year website. And then wanted to make sure that you all knew about the different resources that we have on our Tools and Resources tab of the website. Lots of different things that you can check out, all about what fits best for you, but definitely recommend checking out our candidate guide. This is a great place to start, especially if maybe this is your first time fundraising since the Girl Scout days. This has all the information you need to be successful, what you're raising money for, different ideas. It almost has a little checklist that we'd recommend you follow. Also, we've got the network map, which I mentioned earlier, which helps you get a really good grasp of all of the different people that you can reach out to. We've got social media frames. You can see on the right-hand side there, you can ask for one. Our marketing team will create it and email it to you. Lots of templates for letters, emails, text messages. We've got giving forms if a corporation wanted to support you or someone was interested in becoming a monthly donor and supporting your pet. If you're active on social media, we have an entire media toolkit where you can take that, update the copy to reflect you and your pet, but just helps save a little time. And then we've got pet candidate flyers you can request. I've created lots of those already, which is great. Just reach out to me and I can customize that, add a QR code, makes giving easy for your donors. And then the Match Pro 360, again, that's built into our donation page of the website. As your donors go on to support you, they are asked, who do you work for? Do they offer a matching gift program? And then if they do, the website does most of the work for them. So these are just a few of the resources we have to offer. I definitely encourage you, hop on that page, check everything out. And then please, this is my contact information. It's my cell, email. Reach out to me if you have questions or you want to talk about a fundraising idea that you had. I've put a little QR code on the bottom left-hand side there where you can book a meeting with me, a little one-on-one for 30 minutes to catch up and talk about your pet's campaign so far. But just want to say again, a big thank you to all of our amazing candidates who are doing such a great job with their fundraising. We are all cheering you on at Pet Partners. We're stalking your page. We are so excited to refresh the page every morning to see how much progress we've made. So thank you all for joining. We will share this in the next candidate update email, and I hope you all have a great day.